Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking to you today about the Oneill Reactor series of wetsuits and wetsuit accessories for summer 2021. So the Oneill Reactor series has been around for quite some time. We did a video on it a while back, but we thought we'd bring it up to date. So the Oneill Reactor sits at the lower end of Oneill's range, so it's more of a budget or entry-level wetsuit. And that's really down to the sort of quality of neoprene and the construction of the suit, and the fact that you don't get as many technical features as you would do in a more expensive suit such as the Hyperfreak or Psycho 1. Having said that, you do still get a great quality wetsuit with good quality neoprene. Now the Reactor series lends itself quite well to the warmer water, so in the UK that will be the summer months, okay? And the reason for that is the construction of the suit, specifically around the seams. But typically, when you're looking at the broad range of products the Reactor brings to the table, such as wetsuit tops and shorts and long johns, all that kind of thing, there's quite a sort of similarity between the product range, because it all comes down to the quality of neoprene is the same across the range, and the quality of the stitching or the type of stitching that's on offer is also sort of pretty much the same across the range as well. Okay, so if we look at the Steamer or the 3-2 wetsuit, this is the suit that sort of we sell the most of in the UK summertime, because it is perfect for our water temperatures basically. When you're looking at the 3 and 2, that just basically indicates the thickness of the neoprene. So in a steamer wetsuit or a full wetsuit like this for the UK, you're looking at 3mm on the lower body and then 2mm on the upper body, where you need more flexibility, okay? With something like the shorty, so short arm and short legs, you're going to be looking at 2mm all over. Okay, so this is the 3-2 which we'll go through. We've got the ladies one here, and there's loads of different colourways that are available in the suit, but generally the construction's the same across sort of genders, but you will get a slight difference in shape, obviously, in fit of the suit. And that's one of the best things about Oneill, is they really nail the fit. Over the years of research and development, they've really got the fit spot on. So if you go by the size chart, you shouldn't really be able to go too far wrong. This is something like the wetsuit top as well. Again, the same quality of neoprene in the upper body, and then the stitching is the same as well. So the Reactor range is pretty much something for everyone. Okay, what we'll do is start talking about the wetsuit from top to bottom, basically what you get for your money. Number one, the first thing you should always look for is the quality of neoprene, okay? So in this particular suit, the Reactor, as it's come on through the years, and some of the more technical features have knocked down through the range, you now get super stretch neoprene in the upper body. When we say super stretch neoprene, it's a super soft, pliable neoprene basically with loads of flexibility. And they do that by infusing more air bubbles into the neoprene itself, which give you more flexibility and stretch, okay? And then on the jersey on the outside of the neoprene as well, it's softer to the touch, and you can feel there's a marked difference between the upper part of this body of the suit and the lower part, where this neoprene is a little bit coarser to the touch and won't have quite as much flexibility as the super stretch neoprene, okay? So super stretch upper body, lower body, you get this sort of more coarser standard neoprene within the range, okay? And that is a smooth skin panel on the front of the suit. I'll come a bit closer as well. You get this in the sort of 3-2s, and it's just basically a piece of neoprene which is particularly good at using wind protection, so keeping wind out of the wetsuit. So you use that style of neoprene around the chest and around the back of the wetsuit as well, to keep your core warm and obviously keep your blood warmer as it pumps around your body, which will keep you in the water for longer, more comfortable. Okay, so that's a nice sort of touch there. And mentioning the neoprene as well, you can get much cheaper wetsuits that you might be able to buy in a supermarket, that kind of thing. But the key thing to remember is it's not proper neoprene. So unless they infuse that rubber with gas bubbles or air bubbles, it's not going to have that stretch, and it's literally going to be rigid, and it will fit horribly and be extremely uncomfortable, and it won't be warm either, because it won't have those air bubbles to trap warm air as it leaves your body, and it also won't fit very well. Okay, so key thing, the neoprene running through the suit. Nice big panels of neoprene as well. They don't sort of put in too much stitching to restrict you, and any stitching that is put into the suit, as you can see, it's strategically placed to make sure that it doesn't give you any restrictions. So no stitches over the shoulders, no stitches under the armpits or anything like that. And in the lumbar, basically any stitching there is specifically sort of angled and designed so it gives lots of flexibility. Another thing that's worth mentioning is this is a back zip wetsuit. Back zips are a bit easier to produce, and they're nice and easy to get in and out of. Okay, so the zip comes all the way down. Now this is a specially treated YKK zip, which is non-corrosive, so it won't fill up with salt and block up, and won't be damaged by the salt water, and it's also waterproof, so it won't leak water through. Underneath you get this nice panel of neoprene, just to stop water directly coming onto the contact with the skin. And it's also comfortable because obviously it doesn't mean the zip is up against your skin. There's a lanyard on the back here, so you should be able to reach around and pull it up and down yourself. Adjustable with a piece of neoprene and Velcro. That means you can get it as tight or as loose as you'd like. Okay. Inside of the collar is worth mentioning as well. If I get up a bit close there, you've got the smooth skin collar on the inside of the neck there. And that's sort of a gummy, soft material. And the reason they use that, it sticks to your neck nicely and it creates a good bond or a good seal with your neck to stop any sort of water flushing in. But it's also more comfortable as well. It's nice and soft against your skin and there's less chance of any rash or rub. Okay. Coming further down the suit, you've got these Duraflex knee pads, which is especially sort of treated material, which is particularly good at reinforcing the knees. Because if you can imagine, when you're learning to surf or if you're duck diving with your knee, or if you're doing any particular water sport, the knees tend to be the place that will wear through first. So they use this material strategically around there to stop any sort of wear and tear and stop the knees wearing through. With the kids suit, around the ankles you've got a zip, and the zip is particularly useful for getting kids' feet through the suit nice and easily. And if you're using it with a wetsuit boot, it's nice to zip them back, get the boot on and then zip it back over the top. Okay, so the kids' suit, there is a zip option there as well. Now, what we're going to do is zoom in nice and close on the wetsuit here, so you'll be able to see the stitching up nice and close. And this is essentially the thing that makes the suit a bit cheaper to manufacture, but also makes it more conducive to use in warm water. The flat lock stitching essentially works by buttoning up two pieces of neoprene together and then stitching the whole way through with a nice solid stitch to bond the two pieces of neoprene, okay? What that does mean the stitching will go the whole way through the neoprene itself with punch holes going through to the inside. The benefits is it's very easy to manufacture and it's also extremely robust and strong, but the downside is because that the thread is going the whole way through, the seam is breathable, which means it will leak water, okay? So water will slowly come in through the seam, so it's not going to be as warm as a sealed wetsuit, which is like a glued and blind stitch wetsuit, okay? Which is why they really market the Reactor within the UK for more of the summer months or the warmer water, because if you're in a winter wetsuit, you really need to have sealed seams. So that's why the Reactor isn't available in a 4.3 or a 5.4 in England anyway, okay? Because it's just not sensible to have a wetsuit that leaks water through, okay? So that essentially is the Reactor wetsuit, okay? The key things you're looking at is super stretchy neoprene, nice and soft in the upper body, a really good fit, stick to the size chart and you shouldn't be able to go wrong. Nice big panels of neoprene and a nice good quality flat lock stitching, and the suit as well has got a year's warranty on all the workmanship, so things like the zip and on the seams as well. Okay, so we're not going to turn the wetsuit inside out for this particular occasion because there's not really a lot going on inside of the Reactor that's worth mentioning, okay? When you start to spend a little bit more money and you get things like the Oneill Epic and upwards to the Psycho 1 and the Psycho Tech, there's lots of sort of really cutting edge technology to insulate, so like thermal lining, like a fluffy lining inside. The seams will have things like liquid taping or rubber taping over the seams and flat lock and then flat taping on the inside to reinforce. So it's worth turning the suit inside out to really sort of have a look at that. But with the Reactor being more of a budget wetsuit, it really is just the same as on the outside. You've just got the flat lock seams, you've got the neoprene or super stretch neoprene where you need it, and just the same paneling. So essentially that's everything going on with the Oneill Reactor. It's really one of our top sellers every year, and the reason being the fit is fantastic. It's a really good quality, strong, flexible wetsuit for your money, and there's a huge amount of variance within the range, so you've really got an option for everyone. So you've got the shorty, you've got the long arm, short leg, and then you've got short arm, long leg, shorts, everything, wetsuit tops, the whole lot is there. And all of it is constructed in a similar manner out of good quality neoprene and a good strong flat lock seams. So definitely a recommendation from the Wetsuit Centre, whatever particular variation of the suit you're inclined to buy.